Welcome back to my series Lockdown in Fermanagh. So I've been wondering about our older generation and how they are coping with all the changes that have happened in lockdown, and now that things are starting to open up, how are they feeling? So I'm going to talk with Eileen and Ramsey Turner, an older couple, and I want to ask them, what are some of the changes that have happened in their lives? And how have they had to adapt to those changes in order to have some sort of normality in their lives?
Well, we had a very bad experience whenever lockdown started because we had a fellow member of our Methodist Church had died. He was only 55, and it was a very lonely time for us because we didn't know what was happening, or this fellow was in perfect health, as we thought. So he was the first and very first, even before lockdown began. So it was very lonely, and we were afraid, as most. Remember the churches were closed and all that. So we had to carry on in a very quiet, lonely way.
We would always have been going out to concerts and whatever was on, and then there was nothing for us to do, not even to go to, we weren't even allowed to go to church, you see, with everything was closed. So it was just and I didn't like the shutters on the windows. I got that quite hard, in the shops. So I used to go do the link. If I was going out, I'd do the link road that I wouldn't have to go up down to see the shutters closed.
What did it do to you whenever you saw the shutters closed?
It just closed me up.
Well, we danced sometimes twice a week. Without we're out visiting in Kelly, and that was all cut off.
We weren't allowed anywhere.
So we found the time, although we had plenty of gardening to do, which was good, and as well the weather was excellent, and that helped a while lot with passing the time, and we also changed our dinner time. We used to have, whenever we were working, we had dinner about 6 o'clock, but Eileen changed that to 7:30 or 8 o'clock.
And then the night was shorter.
And left the night that bit shorter.
Have a cup of tea or something, or a snack at 4 o'clock, and then that broke up the evening for us.
We listened to a lot of country music on the Keys, and I think it's in Galway. But it come on every night. There was repeats right enough.
9 o'clock it was on at TJ4.
So we watched that, and we didn't dance now, but we listened carefully to the music. It's doubtful if dancing will ever start again. We're well into coronavirus now, and there's no word of any. The small halls will be finished. There'll be somewhere where there'll be distancing and that sort of thing. So.
How do you feel about that?
We don't feel good, but sure, there's nothing you can do about it. You have to be thankful that we've missed it, and we're in a good area. Other than David dying, there's very few that we know has died with the corona.
Yeah. And you've been healthy fit yourselves.
Oh, aye, we've been very good. We've been good.
Yeah.
It's just you have to just take each day as it comes.
We were singing every Thursday. Our friend Seamus and David Fleming played the accordion. Myself was sometimes we had other people in to help us sing, but we done that every Thursday from 2 o'clock till about 4 or half 4.
But not.
But then whenever the distancing come in, we couldn't do it because of the COVID-19. So, but we started up again this last 3 weeks, and we're finding that it's well, the singing isn't that good, but we think it's great. So it's good to pass the time for our friend Seamus, and they seem to enjoy the crack. So I make the tea right enough, but they do the singing and I help them along. So that's we sing. We do sing in West U3A choir. Then that has been closed up as well, and also church singing is stopped.
And the harvest, we have no harvest this year.
Eileen, what about yourself?
My friend and I go out. We go to a sister of mine, her husband's dead, and go every Tuesday night to her house. And then whenever everything was going good, we did one night we went to flower arranging, and the other Tuesday night we went to gardening. So all that is not opened. So we just go to Margaret's on a Tuesday night, and maybe sometimes we haven't went to Asda maybe and walk around Asda for the hour or 2, but it's just somewhere to go.
And how is it now that things have sort of started to open up again? I mean, has that been a relief?
It's not. It's open, but you're sort of afraid in case that you get into company and maybe lift the virus. It's a sort of a dread on you. We haven't been. We would have usually went out for dinner and things like that, but we haven't went out anywhere.
Our daughter Gail come up with the idea that we should walk for mental health. So between myself and Eileen and her little dog here, Duke walked the lane. So it passed the time, and as well I had a knee operation, so it was exercise and passing the time, and made it well worthwhile. Before we finished with our walk, we'd gathered something like £3,500 that we give to Aisling Centre in Enniskillen. So it was exciting for us, but we had Gail done all our managing work, and we had very little to do with it except do the walking. And I found that was, myself and Eileen we started off at the back door and registered our timing and a number of times we walked the lane. It was downhill one way and uphill another way. So, do you want to comment on that?
I was good at going down. Ramsey wasn't with his knee, and then for coming up, I felt that the hill was sharp on me, but he was able to overcome it. But so between the two of us, we got there. And we got there. Ramsey was 80 in April, so that's why we chose 80.
Fishing was our friends. We took out a licence during countdown or shutdown.
Lockdown.
And then we've started this last month about we go fishing, but the weather is fairly suitable for fishing. There's plenty of rain, and But we were fishing last Friday evening. That'll be and we had excellent catches. I caught my biggest trout was 14 ounces, and my friend he caught 8 or 10 fish, but he threw the most of them back in again because they were too small to take home. But we're going back. We're going out this evening again to fish, and we've made arrangements to meet about 7 o'clock. Gail booked us in last Sunday night into Port Rush.
Yeah.
Or Port Rush
Port Stewart.
B&B, and we feel it's on the lift, and we enjoyed our time in Port Rush and Port Stewart. We felt it was an honour to walk down the Strand, and